What's up guys, Nick here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys two real-time trading setups that I'm currently looking at on LiteCoin as well as Bitcoin. This is currently the LiteCoin chart here on the 1 hour, and basically I'm going to show you guys how I would trade this. So right now I'm going to draw a descending triangle pattern. We have our clear downtrend, and then we're going to take a horizontal line and draw our baseline of support, which is right about here. This is a textbook descending triangle. Right now I'm looking for this key baseline of support here to break out. As you can see, we have about 4 points of contact here on the bottom. We are getting a green candlestick here within the the last recent hour, but I am convinced that this is going to cross bearish, as you can see. So I do expect this to break out of this channel and go to lower support found at about $62.31. That's a $1 move here on Litecoin, which is a couple percent, so that is a profitable trade where I'm drawing this chart. I think it's going to break out of this baseline, and I think it's going to fall to a recent support or resistance. So I do think it could fall potentially down to here to 62.30. It could even fall to, down here to 67.77 if we do see a nice volume climax here with bearish volume. But, I would do think that 62.30 would be a more reasonable point because this is a clear resistance right here, and we had previous support as well. So support returning, resistance now is now support. So that's definitely something I'm looking out for. So yeah, that's definitely a trade I would look to enter. I would maybe potentially enter in, after this drops out, and then get an entry down here at 62.30, and then look for an oversold bounce attempt as the RSI cools off. Another, trading situation I would look for in Bitcoin. This was a little equilibrium pattern I drew, earlier last night, and this was before this breakout even happened. So this was on this chart for quite a long time. We had our high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and things got so tight that there was no, there was nowhere for the price to go, so it broke out of the channel. This is a textbook equilibrium pattern. Basically, when these patterns happen, you want to look for a high, a low, and you just want to see a tightening range forming, and then it usually follows with a breakout. I usually like to see it break out of the resistance and go to higher highs about 70% of the time, and it probably falls out of the trend 30% of the time. So 30% of the time it would kind of here, where's the little drawer thing? It would kind of break out of this channel, and 70% of the time it would break out in terms of going up. Okay, so that's definitely something to look out for, is the equilibrium pattern. Now, in the more recent term standpoint here is the Bitcoin price. Now, actually, let me delete that. So Bitcoin, it recently had a pretty big correction, and now it's currently at $7,270. So how would I trade this? Now, Bitcoin just set a higher high, meaning that our previous resistance was $7,274, and our new high is now $7,354. So that's called a higher high. It broke the resistance, but as you can see, this RSI, which is the purple line down here, which I explained to you guys, is a little bit overbought. We're at 70 right now. It's out of this purple range. The MACD lines, as you can see, are getting very tight, which is the yellow and green lines. I expect the yellow to cross into the green, which is a bearish signal. I expect bear volume to pick up here, where these green and red candlesticks are. I expect the CCI to cross past zero and head into a more bearish trend. And I expect us to, basically fall down to lower support due to the overbought conditions. So in a point like this, I would draw a horizontal line. I would look at our clear support. I would take another one, look at our clear resistance. And as you can see, we're now bouncing around in this channel. Like I said, due to these conditions, I expect us to bounce somewhere around 71.63, which would be a higher low compared to 7,140 because it's not breaking that support. So it would ideally fall down to maybe, here, let me show you guys. It would ideally maybe fall down to 71.80, somewhere around here, bounce, and then continue the uptrend. That's something I would look out for, but I would not be a buyer around $7,261. Now, you're probably thinking that's only a $40 move, but when it comes to trading, you are willing to get every single percent and every dollar move that you could potentially can to get a better entry for the more, bullish trend or bearish trend, if that's the case. So those are two real-time trading setups I would look at. I would look for a better entry down here to continue the trend, and for Litecoin, descending triangle, fall out of support to previous resistance or previous support. So that's basically real-time trading strategies that I would use.